Thank you. And thank you to the Northern Miner and to the High Commissioner for hosting us at Canada House. This is a great place to be, across from Lord Nelson, and talking to you about opportunities in the gold space. A cautionary statement. Lots of talk today about the problems in the gold industry and the opportunities that arise from that. I don't know how many people have focused on this map of late, but this figure of late, but in the past 10 years, the pace of global gold production has increased from about 80 million ounces a year to about 110 million ounces a year. And meanwhile, the pace of discovery, let alone permitting, financing, and construction of a new mine, has fallen from about the same 80 million ounces a year to about 30 million ounces or 20 million ounces a year. So this has created a huge gap in the business, and I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to create a new growth company in gold. And so that's what we're doing with Revival Gold. We've got a veteran management team and board. I'll talk about that board and leadership team shortly. We were launched just in 2017, and we've been underway in Idaho, in the western part of the United States, with the Bear Track Arnett project, where we're underway with exploration and pursuing development ultimately for a new mine. This is the capital structure of the company. It's really important to the investors who happen to be in the crowd here. We've got about 50 million shares outstanding. And importantly, for a junior new growth company in gold, we're backed by Orion Mine Finance. Orion owns 10% of the business. We've got other high net worth and institutional investors at about 60% of the business. Really leaves just a small 15% float out there in the stock of the company. I spoke a little bit about our team earlier, but this is a veteran team. This is a team that literally has delivered billions of value to shareholders over the course of our careers. Our chairman is Diane Garrett, who's previous CEO of Remarco Gold. Did a lot like what we're envisioning to do with Bear Track Arnett with the Hale project in South Carolina. I know that because when I was at Kinross Gold, I sold that project to her and watched her turn that into an operating mine. It was a beautiful job. Wayne Hubert has roots with our Bear Track project as the former finance director, went on to be the CEO of Andean Resources, which of course was sold to Goldcorp for $3.5 billion. I could go on through the list of folks here, but what I really want to stress is that this is a veteran team that has delivered for shareholders in the past. It's a team that has deep roots with our asset base and deep roots in the state of Idaho. A lot of enthusiasm for Idaho right now. I want to stress again, this is a team that's got a lot of roots in Idaho, but you're seeing a lot of people come to the state because it's got great geology. It's been much overlooked in the past, but recently, of course, Midas Gold has led the way, but we've also got Barrick in the state, Otis Gold with its Kilgore project, and Agnico Eagle. The state itself has been the second or third largest silver producing district in the world for some time, and down in the south of the state, it's a big phosphate producing region. We're at the Bear Track project, which is a former producing mine, open pit heap leach operation, which operated in the 90s. It was shut when the price of gold went below $300 an ounce. We're back in there, and in 2018, we put out a maiden resource of 2 million ounces. We continued drilling in 2018, and we extended the strike in the mineralized system a full kilometer south of where the resource ended. We started in Idaho actually with the Arnett project right next door. It's a neighboring land position. And on that property, there's a historic resource. We started drilling at the tail end of last year, and we drilled off about 400 meters of strike in an oxide system there, and we're going to continue with drilling this year at Arnett. The total land position is about 50 square kilometers, 5,000 hectares. The main mineral structure on the left branch of this property that you see here is the Bear Track Panther Creek Fault System. Over on the Arnett block, which is on the left side of the drawing, is the Arnett property area, and you can see there's a couple of trends that we've drawn on this map of mineralized area where there's anomalous gold. The entire block of ground is produced or resulted in the discovery of over 3.5 million ounces of gold. So this is a big geological district. It's a big gold system, and we're just getting started. In the interest of time, I'll move as quickly as possible here, but I'm happy to take questions afterwards. This is a three-dimensional drawing of the resource as it stands. 5-kilometer trend. It's open at depth. It's open to the south, and we've got drilling from 2018. Every hole hit the structure. This year, we're planning to spend about $4.2 million on the projects. About $1 million of that at Bear Track and about $3 million at Arnett. The overall objective will be to commence with an updated resource by the end of this year. The great thing about being in a brownfield site is, you have the infrastructure, you have all the test information, the background baseline environmental data to be able to reconstruct and recommence operation. In our case, we've got an ADR plant, we've got leach ponds, a cyanidation permit, we've got road access. We're 17 kilometers from the town of Salmon, Idaho, which is population 3,000 people, so no requirement for a camp, and lots to really get our team going quickly with a potential restart of this operation. Key point here is we're trading at about 50 cents a share, and we've got analyst research out there 3 or 4 times the price of our current shares. So I think there's lots of upside from the point of view of the analyst community. We've got a lot going on in terms of news catalysts, and we see this as a really good time to be looking at potential growth beyond our Bear Track Arnett asset. As I think I pointed out, we've got a solid team, we've got the backing of Orion Mine Finance. We think there's really good value in the space right now. So what more to do out there, I think, is to look for opportunities that are complementary to what we're doing and consider building our portfolio beyond what we've already have. So just to summarize, we're fast tracking. In 7 months after our deal to assemble the land position, we put out a maiden resource of 2 million ounces. We think there's better than 3 million ounces in the project area, and we're underway with an aggressive $4.2 million program this year to continue building. And we're trading at a very good value, even relative to our peers. So final closing shot of the site and the infrastructure at Bear Track Arnett. Thank you very much. If anyone has questions, I'm happy to take them at the back or outside.